Hello again from my front porch. It's actually middle of the afternoon. I have the rare opportunity to actually talk to you in good lighting. Partly because the sky is a little overcast, so that creates a more, disperses the lighting a bit more than having a sun just blazing right into my face, but also because of the time of day. Normally I'm not home this time of day. I'm actually working from home today, doing some audio voiceover stuff for some training that will be online on our intranet at work, related to software used for tracking bids that the company is going after. And so I stayed home today to work on that because it's quieter here. In my office at work, I do have an office with a door that closes and everything, but on the back side of the back wall of my office, on the other side of the wall is the shop area where they, are doing stuff, constructing things, and it gets kind of loud. In fact, there are a few times where there's such a loud noise that I turn around to make sure something isn't sticking through my wall right now. So that kind of makes it difficult to do audio recording. Now, the other thing I do sometimes is to go in late, or to stay after hours, wait till everybody leaves, and then record them, or go in on the weekend when nobody's there and record them. Either one works fine. And so I thought about doing that, but I thought, you know what, I kind of have a gap in some of the work stuff that I'm doing today, and this is as good an opportunity as any. So I stayed home. Anyway, you don't really care about that. I don't know. I don't know what people care about or don't care about. That's why I just talk about random whatever. I'm again holding the phone today instead of using the tripod because I'm going to show you what it's like in Iowa now. It was just a matter of days ago on the 200th episode that I showed you how much snow had accumulated here in Des Moines. And it was a little bit of a standout thing because we hadn't got that much snow in a couple of years, at least maybe 3 years. And so it's a big deal. But here these last couple of days, the thermostat went up, and voila, snow has started disappearing like crazy. And so if you watch the 200, and even if you didn't watch the 200th episode, it's only a couple episodes ago, go back and watch it so that when I show you the snow today, you'll be able to make an effective comparison because I'm going to show you the same stuff. But before we get there, there's a couple of things that I thought I would visit about. First of all, yesterday was Valentine's Day. And last night, Tim and Jana West, who are the front people for Abby Normal, they hosted an event at Annalise Winery down in Indianola, Iowa. And it was a night where Tim and Jana was more of an acoustic kind of night. I mean, it just wasn't the rock band kind of stuff like they do with Abby Normal. It was just the two of them with some other pre-recorded accompaniments that they use in some places. But in general, it was just the two of them talking. And so out of that, I got to go to that. It was fun. It was enjoyable. But I brought home a souvenir wine glass. See, I don't know how well you'll be able to see that where it says Annalise Winery on there. But I got that for a couple of reasons. One, because last night was nice, and it was nice to remember, a little memento thing. But it occurred to me as I was going there that's where I first met Abby Normal. So I needed to get something to commemorate the place. They don't have shot glasses for me to add to my shot glass collection, so I got one of these instead. Nice little wine glass there. But ooh, careful! Just about broke my wine glass. Yeah, it's so special. Just smash it. Anyway, but shortly, after my divorce, and those of you who watched the series, you've heard these stories, so I won't belabor it and go into great detail. But after my divorce about 3 years ago, I became a bit of a recluse. I became a bit of a hermit. I went to work, but then I'd come home and not do anything else, just be home, just hide in my mostly in my basement area. It's all finished, and my office is down there, and I could watch TV and do stuff on the computer, and so that was my life. And I had some friends who would not let me stay that way. One of those friends, there were 2 or 3 of them that really prodded me, but one of them who really prodded me was Stacy Sprague. And Stacy is a very good friend, still is a very good friend of mine. And she refused to get, she kept saying, come out and do this, come out and do this, come out and do this, come out and do this. And I was like, no. Finally, I gave in one day that they said this group, Abbey Unplugged, was playing at the Annalise Winery. Now, Abbey Unplugged was kind of like what Tim and Jana did last night. There was 3 of them. There was Tim and Jana, and then another guy who was part of the band at the time on guitar. And again, it wasn't a rock band kind of thing. It was more of an easy listening kind of thing. I mean, they did upbeat songs and stuff, but it wasn't, with the drums and the bass guitar, kind of stuff. That's good. It's good to dance to, but it was a more subdued kind of thing. Definitely much more of an acoustic sound, hence the Abbey Unplugged. And so that I agreed to go with them to this thing in Indianola, and had a great time, and got to meet one. It's also where I met April now Stevens, who was a close friend of Stacy's as well, and has become, both her and her husband Randy have become good friends of mine as well. And but that's where I first met Tim and Jana West. That's where I first was introduced to Abbey, the Abbey Normal concept. And I honestly don't remember then what my first Abbey Normal event was that I went to, but it, obviously it was after that. But I do remember that being the first time that I was exposed to them. And so again, I had to get. I was going to grab the wine glass and hold it up here again, but I'm afraid after the last time I don't want to risk it. So anyway, so that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that, and it brought back all those other rich memories as well of that being where I first encountered them, and how much of an impact they have now had on my life, and that they keep letting me go and sell merchandise for them and all that kind of stuff too. I really enjoy it. I don't have my San Pellegrino out here. In fact, I've kind of way cut back of that because it's so sugar heavy that it kind of, after a while you got to kind of pull back. It's a little bit much. Plus, I've put on about 10 pounds from where, because I was at 230, and then I went down to about 180, 185, kind of fluctuated in that area. Well, now I'm at 190, 191, somewhere in there, and so I've put some weight on, and I'm sure that I'm sure a lot of it is my choice in beverage and drinking too much soda again. But I also think that it's also other eating habits. So, like for lunch today, I had lunch with my coworker Danny Wagner, who fantastic young lady. I call her my work daughter. And we had good lunch, but we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, and I ordered the chicken strips, but I ordered what they call the naked chicken strips. So there's no breading; they're not deep fried. They're just rolled. They're cooked and rolled in whatever the sauce is or the rub that you choose. And I got the garden salad instead of French fries or something to go with it. So see, I'm trying to do better with what I'm doing. Another big plus of that lunch today, though, was that we got it for free, because you order off the little lunch menu thingy they have, and they put this timer out there, and if they don't bring it to you in 15 minutes, you get your lunch for free. Well, it took them almost 21 minutes before they got it to us. So we got the lunch free. I had to pay for the sodas, because I did drink soda. Sorry, but the rest of the food with baby steps, come on. But all I had to do was pay for the drinks that we had. Now, I still tipped the waitress based on the original bill amount, because I don't think it was the waitress's fault that we did not get the food on time. And so I wasn't going to punish the waitress for the food not coming in on time. So I made sure to tip the waitress based on the original bill amount. So she got probably, it was probably like a 70-80% tip. So good for her. Anyway, so that was kind of fun getting that. But as I was saying, I don't have my San Pellegrino. Brandy had actually introduced me to this stuff, and I found that it's really good. It's this Canada Dry sparkling water. Now I know it's still not necessarily absolutely healthy. I'm looking at where it says anything about sugar content. I'm not seeing where it measures it out, but there's lots of zeros on the back, which tells you it's not necessarily the most healthiest, but I think it's better than a Diet Pepsi. And so here's to you. Good stuff. So when I want more than just a regular water bottle, which I'm trying to keep those stocked better in my fridge, I'm going for some of this stuff now. Now, I do still like the San Pellegrinos, and I'm not putting them down. Just not picking them up as much either. Anyway, so all that's going on. Now, one other thing that I wanted to mention is I received word, sadly, that my book for ATD is not going to be in the bookstore at the ATD conference. I'm sad by that, but honestly, it's because of stuff happening behind the scenes on their end, personnel changes and some other stuff that was going on. Plus, as they're approaching now doing the big conference in May, it's all hands on deck. Everybody at ATD gets involved with that in one way or another, and so that takes people away from doing the book stuff things. And so even though I followed those, worked hard to meet those goals with the intent that doing so would allow it to be in the bookstore at the conference, that ain't going to be happening. It's not going to be at the bookstore in the conference. However, it will be. I will have the cover for it by then, and they're going to be promoting it, and we'll be talking about how to, encouraging people to purchase it. So there'll still be a lot of marketing around it. Just it won't be actually there. So I won't be doing the book signing thing there and all that kind of stuff either. So and I have mixed feelings about that. On one hand, it's like I was kind of looking forward to that. It'd be kind of interesting. But on the other hand, it still it feels a little uncomfortable for me too. It's not really my thing. So I don't know. Maybe there'll be a book signing at the conference in 2019. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what their plan would be now, and I don't think they really do either. But I'm asking them to try to include me a bit more, so that on the marketing part of it, so that I'm aware of that. So again, I'm bummed that that's not going to be in the bookstore. It's not going to be in print and in bookstore by the ATD conference in May in San Diego. But hopefully it will be out not too long after that. And so as more information comes out and as the opportunity to pre-order it comes up, rest assured I'll let you folks know too, in case some of you silly people would like to buy one. Again, I still, this whole thing still is a little bit surreal for me. But anyway, so let me grab one more drink of my sparkling water here. Good stuff. And now, let me show you the snow, okay? You ready? Here we go. First, I'm going to show you what it looks like here outside the front porch. And I'm going to take you to my back deck, because I showed you the back deck. Remember? The snow piled up on the table and on the chairs and on the grill and on the deck railings and all that. So you could see how deep it was. Well, now check out, after just 2 days of more mild weather, check out what it looks like here in Iowa now. Look at that. Now, the driveway was already shoveled for the most part, you saw, but now everything is bare. And the snow, it was piled deep, and now you can see the grass popping through where there were some animal tracks that melted down. You can see, I mean, personally, this is my kind of winter. I like this kind of snow. So now let's go to the back part of the house, on through here to the kitchen. Okay, so on through this way. I was gonna think I was gonna try to walk backwards, but then I realized that I have to be very careful because I don't do this very often, and I'm bumping into stuff all over the place now. All right, so anyway, come in here to the back. Check this out. Look at that. The snow has almost completely left the deck. There's hardly any lumps in the chairs. There's nothing on the table or on the grill. It's dripping water on me. There's nothing on the railings. You can see the grass back there popping out, the parts down by the creek, down in the creek by my backyard down there. Let me try to bring it out here so you can actually see better. Look at that though. That's insane. Look, there's hardly this was layered under heavy amounts of snow, and now it's like there's hardly any left. Which again, I'm not complaining. I like it. All right, so now I'm going to bring you back through the house because when I do my sign off, I'm actually wanting to be on the front porch. So here we are. So we're back on the front porch just so I can say, I'll see you next time from my front porch.